Welcome to the Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation's Nutrient Management Plan Writing module training. This video covers how to export your maps out of the mapping program once you're ready to print them off. In the mapping section, once you have added your land units, your features, and you're happy with how your maps are, if you want to add them to your plan to give to the farmer that you are working with, you can click on this map export button in the middle of the screen. When you click on that button, a small box will pop up that says map export. You can just grab and move that to the side so it's not so over the map. And you'll see a bigger yellow box pop up. What's in that yellow box is what will be created in the template that you're working on. To move that around, simply left click on your screen. You'll see the cross arrows come up. You can shift your screen around and your box will move from there. This is our generic template. It won't create a header or information in it, but if you do want to use a pre-created template, on this small box you moved over here, you'll see specific size or use template. If you click on that, in this option, it switched from portrait to landscape. It'll give you several options that you can use up here in the template section. If you click on that box, you'll see you have aerial, photo, and map, plan map, which is pretty similar to the aerial, photo, and map, soils map, and topography map. Each of these will show a different section. For example, if you want to see all the soils on your fields, you can click soil map, and it will locate all those soils for you. This map is attached to SERSGO, which is the soil survey used by the NRC, used and created by the NRCS. It's what Web Soil Survey runs, so it's the most accurate soils data we have. If you would like to create a soil map for your farmer, you certainly can. You just, again, click and drag whatever fields you want to be in this box will show up. You can scroll in with your mouse and that will zoom in. So if you have a specific field that one you want to look at, you can certainly do that. If I don't want the landscape version and I want the portrait version, I can simply adjust that. Move it around until I'm happy with what I want. I zoomed in a little bit too far, so I'm going to back out there. And once I'm happy with this, you can see the information that will be populated on the map, the template. It'll have the district information, which is pulled from what you entered when you created, the details information, the primary participant, the acres. This is the acres of all of the fields that you have mapped in the plan, not just what's in this box. So if I wanted to change what is in here, I could delete this out, add up these fields and add that in there. I know my other field's about 13 acres. So if I wanted to say this was 9, could. It has my name, plan ID, and the date. If you don't want any of this to show up in the template, you can just delete it out. There will still be a box for date, but below it, it will be empty. When I'm happy with that map, I can click export. It'll think for a few moments, and then a box will pop up that will give you the option to either export it or show map, save the map in your plan. Personally, I click show map export because I like to see it instantly. And this way I can download it and save it to wherever I want to. It opens up as a PDF and you can see it has the soils map. The date which I deleted is now empty instead of saying 4/11/25. And you can see I changed my acreage. If I wanted to save map to my plan, I'll just click save my map. I can name it as my soils map. You can select your type, click save, and now it is saved into my planning section, which we will talk about in a different portion. Additionally, with the exports, we have different imagery that if you want to look at your fields in slightly different imagery, you would click up here in this right-hand corner. It automatically defaults to the BMP imagery, which is Virginia Imagery, but we also have Esri imagery. Since we are working in conjunction with Esri, we are essentially borrowing their mapping information. And you can see it just changes the imagery slightly. It's different companies and however they captured their imagery. You have base map, which is just a general bare bones street addresses and kind of general shapes. You have a topo map if for any reason you'd want to look at the topography of your fields. You could certainly do that. We're in the coastal plains here, so there's not a lot of topography. Hill shades are just bare bones imagery showing general hill shapes. Esri streets are your basic GIS, GPS software when you're driving down the street. And the NAIP imagery, USDA FSA imagery. Any one of these is a valid option. Sometimes when you're looking for fields that may not have a street close to them, changing the imagery can certainly help you out.